Big surprises out of Cincinnati, roster shakeups, a rising star on defense, and a key offensive piece finally cleared. The Bengals just made multiple moves that could reshape this season. Let's break it all down. And trust me, you'll want to hear every part of this. The Cincinnati Bengals are making headlines again. And this time, it's not just about Trey Hendrickson. Training camp has officially taken a sharp turn with a mix of roster cuts, standout performances, and one move that might signal a future leader emerging on defense. But before we dive into the latest from camp, take a second to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss a major Bengals update. This is where real fans stay ahead of the news. Let's keep going. Now, on to the first major shakeup. The Bengals have released veteran running back Zack Moss. With a crowded backfield, someone had to go. But cutting Moss this early in camp tells you just how confident the team is in the younger talent. That backfield competition just got a whole lot more intense. On the offensive side, there's been big buzz around a lineman who's finally been medically cleared. While names haven't officially been confirmed yet by the team, reports suggest this could be a huge boost to the line's depth, especially after last season's injuries up front. Then there's the defense, and it's playing fast, physical, and focused. One name drawing serious attention is Shamar Stewart. Newly signed and already making noise, Stewart looks like more than just a rookie filling space. He's playing with intensity and leadership, traits that scream future captain. And yes, Trey Hendrickson is in camp. While the contract situation still lingers, his presence alone sends a message. He's locked in, ready to go, and clearly focused on football. So, from unexpected roster cuts to breakout camp performances, the Bengals are moving with purpose. Every day of training camp is proving one thing. This team is all in. If you're a true Bengals fan, drop your thoughts in the comments. Which move surprised you the most? And who do you think steps up next? Subscribe for full coverage as we follow every snap, every breakout star, and every Bengals move that matters. The Bengals' backfield picture is finally coming into focus, and it starts with one big move. Zack Moss has been released. That decision clears the path for Chase Brown, who now steps into camp as Cincinnati's unquestioned RB1. He's shown explosiveness, improved field vision, and the coaches clearly trust him to take the lead. But don't overlook the noise around Taj Brooks. Drafted in the 6th round and already being called one of the biggest steals of this class, Brooks has been turning heads in camp. In a thinner draft class, he might have gone 2 rounds earlier. Now, he's pushing for serious playing time behind Brown. With Moss out, the Bengals' backfield becomes a lot more defined. And while there was speculation he might take on a 3rd down role, that opportunity may now fall to a returning veteran like Samaje Perine, if the team chooses to bring him back into the rotation. Moss, dealing with a lingering neck issue, was reportedly unlikely to see the field anyway. The Bengals had already restructured his deal earlier in the offseason, shaving off a significant chunk of cap. Now that he's been officially released, they free up even more space, another $1.7 million to be exact. Meanwhile, on the offensive line, there's more good news. Seth McLaughlin has officially passed his physical and is cleared for full participation in camp. His arrival adds depth and competition to a position group that desperately needs stability. With eyes locked on protecting Joe Burrow at all costs, every addition, especially one with upside like McLaughlin, could make a real difference this season. One name flying under the radar in Bengals camp might soon be impossible to ignore: Carson Hinsman, the former Ohio State standout who surprisingly went undrafted due to an Achilles injury just 8 months ago. The Bengals scooped him up as a free agent, and now he's been cleared for full practice. That's a major development for Cincinnati's offensive line depth. Before the injury, many scouts projected him as a 2nd-round talent. The injury dropped his stock, but the upside? Still sky high. He's quick, disciplined, and plays with real aggression. And though Ted Karras holds down the center spot for now, let's be honest, The Bengals know they need long-term answers up front. Hinsman might just be one of them. He won't be rushed, especially coming off injury. But make no mistake, this is a development project with real potential. Now switching sides to the defense, and things are heating up. While it's still early in camp, one of the most exciting surprises so far has been Josh Newton. The Bengals are testing him in that slot corner role, stepping into reps vacated by Mike Hilton, and Newton is holding his own. He showed flashes last season, but this year he looks sharper, more confident, and far more physical. Pairing Newton with Cam Taylor-Britt and Dax Hill could give Cincinnati one of the most athletic and aggressive young secondaries in the league. And with the defensive unit already drawing praise for its intensity during camp, Newton's emergence could be a critical piece. Here's something you don't see every day. Joe Burrow, franchise quarterback in face of the Bengals, sitting in with the defense during film sessions this offseason. That's not just leadership. That's next-level dedication. Burrow's presence in the defensive room isn't just for show. It's strategic. He's giving the defense a rare look into how a top quarterback sees the game, what to expect pre-snap, how reads are made, where the weaknesses in coverage typically lie. And so far, it's working. There have already been days in training camp where the defense has flat-out dominated. Sure, the offense has had its moments. That's going to happen when Joe Burrow is under center. But what's standing out is how the defense is bouncing back. Last season, the biggest concern was how easily one big play could unravel the entire unit. Confidence seemed to disappear when things went wrong. This year, we're seeing something different. The defense is playing with more discipline, more resilience, and maybe most importantly, more pride. And right in the middle of that energy is Josh Newton. He's been earning serious respect during camp, not just for his play in the slot corner role, but for the leadership he's beginning to show. Getting Burrow involved in defensive prep? That's captain behavior. It's no surprise that Newton is already being talked about as a potential future leader of this defense. And with the Bengals shifting into a new era on that side of the ball, young voices like his are exactly what's needed. The Bengals front office has made one thing clear. They want leaders, not just athletes. Every draft pick, every signing, reflects that mentality. That's why Josh Newton continues to stand out. His energy, his commitment, and his film room experience alongside Joe Burrow is already paying off. That kind of behind-the-scenes effort isn't flashy, but it's exactly what builds championship-caliber teams. Fans who remember the Jesse Bates era know the value of a vocal leader in the secondary. Bates once brought the whole defensive backfield together, syncing up mentally and schematically. It's that kind of initiative the Bengals are looking for again. And Newton seems to be stepping up in a similar way. This defense is still young. It's raw, but the potential is real. You can see it during camp. Flashes of cohesion, smart adjustments, players starting to communicate like veterans. Last year's defense often broke under pressure. That bend but don't break identity just wasn't there. But now, with guys like Newton showing command and young pieces gaining confidence, the outlook is different. Yes, it's early. No, nothing's guaranteed. But if this group keeps maturing and leaders like Newton keep rising, don't be surprised if this Bengals defense becomes one of the NFL's most improved units. Add in the fact that both Trey Hendrickson and Shamar Stewart have shown up and are putting in the work despite the off-field noise. That's a huge sign of focus. The pieces are coming together, and for Bengals fans, that's the kind of quiet momentum that matters most. With the Trey Hendrickson situation cooling down, even though his extension isn't finalized just yet, the Bengals are finally in position to fully focus on football. And the number one priority? Defense. That side of the ball is where everything hinges this season. The team knows it. The coaches know it. And the players are responding. With the drama fading and distractions off the table, we're already seeing sharper practices, stronger communication, and real chemistry building, especially in the secondary. The first preseason game will be our first real look at whether all this progress translates under the lights. And right now, the momentum is promising. Everything is pointing upward. Josh Newton is gaining traction as a possible future leader. Seth McLaughlin looks ready to contribute after clearing physicals. And with Zack Moss out, the backfield picture is much clearer. Chase Brown, Taj Brooks, and Samoi Parini are stepping up to define their roles. Training camp battles are heating up. Young talent is emerging, and every rep is starting to count. This is exactly where you want to be if you're a Bengals fan. A team getting sharper, not distracted, and fully locked in on getting back to playoff-level football. The signs are there. Now it's just a matter of who rises and who fades.